We went to Port Ballantrae, no chance of getting stopped. The place we always stop, they don't allow stopping no more. I don't know. It's getting harder and harder. They're doing it for bandits, pet to stop us. All the other parking spaces were all full, and even outside people's houses on the way out was all full. Now, if it'd been a cooler day, I could have parked and walked down, but it's too warm for Willow. This is Bushmills. A lot of people wild camp here. It wouldn't be my first choice, but if you want to be close to a wee town, you've got your bars, you've got your restaurants, all that kind of stuff, shops. It's all here. It's not a free shuttle bus to the Giant's Causeway. A loyalist housing estate. Bushmills would be a loyalist place. So like 12th, you're going to have band parades and things. Public toilets over there. The last 10 used to be hot water. It's next to a community centre. So it's the kind of wee place that could be a wee bit rowdy. It wouldn't, the housing estate doesn't put me off. It's just the fact you haven't got, you know, why would you want to stop here when there's other places nearby? But it's easy to park your motorhome. You've got coach parking and you've got double car park spaces. So as far as space goes, it's easy to drive in and park up. Oh, there's Wallow starting to eat already. She's going to have diarrhea on next. Oh, Wallow. You're just out. You can barely breathe, but you can still eat. There's a town park here. Wee river goes through it. It's quite steep sides. I don't know if we go up the town park, we should take a drink of water. We may head up that way. We'll head up towards the town park, will we? Well, come on. But there's no point in going to any other coastal places right now at the minute because they're all going to be full. Everybody's out. Port Rush is packed. It's not just packed car parking spaces. People are out eating. People are out in the grass. I've never seen Port Ballantrae full. Never. Caravan parks. Queues going in and out of them. Every caravan must be sold out, like. Must be booked up. Traffic jams outside, getting out of Port Rush. Every second car was going in and out of the caravan site. Oh, there's the 11th bonfire was over there, still burning. Still burning yet. That's what they had theirs. Well, take a walk around, Wallow. Something different. Something different. As long as you don't go burning your toes. And she just needs a wee stretchy legs. A wee stretchy legs, don't you, Pip? Bushmills, it's a nice wee town, but the majority of it's empty. It's all old wee shops boarded up. Ah, well, that's too far there. We'll go up to the town, we'll go to the park. At least we go to the park, we've got some water at the end. We're down here along the edge. You're something that's stuff. No, down this way, Wallow. There's the sun getting brighter. Oh, everybody wants sun. Sun and water don't go together, don't they now, Pep? She doesn't know she's getting a heat stroke whenever she's after food. And then once the food runs out, it hits her like a brick wall. Doesn't it, Pep? How you doing? This car park here, you see the stone wall going around it, and it's like wee workers' houses out there. There must have been a big house, but the only old house I can see is that one over there, and it's not very big. But I suppose when all these estates first started up, they didn't have big houses. They had big houses for the time, but each generation added on a wing, and then over the years it got bigger and bigger and bigger. Maybe that one just never got bigger. Yeah, maybe if they were as wealthy as other ones, they could add 2 wings onto that property, and you have Mount Stewart. But the wings were never added on. But at one time they must have been pretty rich, if that's the house. Like, I think it might have been used for a school or something at one time. I can't remember. There's that much to read, you can't remember everything. It's lying as a ruin now. Here's the toilets. Let me check if there's any hot water. If there's any hot water in it, I'll get some for later. Hold on, Wallow. The water is scalding. Let's go down it now. Scalding. So I'll fill up my water later on. It's not a matter of just saving a bit of money. You don't want to boil kettles up on a warm day like this. You want to keep the heat of the caravan down to a minimum. So if I fill up that 10 litre container, well, still scalding tonight. Wrap up in a blanket. Hello, hey puppy. You're not even looking. How you doing? I have to watch with Willow. If a wee dog startles it, she can jump out in front of a car. Bushmills is a lovely wee town. It was full of tourists. Because all the wee properties are all oldie properties, but they're all boarded up. Everybody passes through. How you doing? She's looking for food. Huh? She's looking for food. That's just nothing for. Whoa, whoa! Not a great day. Yeah, come on, Willow, Mom. Come on, Mom's scroungy. Come on. On we go now. On we go. If you hover too long in the one spot, you get into trouble. That's all boarded up there, right? But there's too many wee shops boarded up for it to ever be full again. Hold on, Willow. I didn't. That's yours? Aye. Town square. Oh, see, but well, we might have to. That must be something in the 60s, eh? Oh, well, clock tower was built as a folly in 1874. Built in the 1840s to the house. Hold on. The tower was built in 1874. It marks the entrance to the market square. The market square is 1840s. Livestock market. You see, instead of looking for all the food, you've been drinking a bit of water. I see, you touched it with your nose. You didn't drink nothing, did you? Yeah. Yeah, well, come on, Willow. No, time will overdoes it. Willow, watch it, it's behind. See that? Right, I'm losing concentration now. Thing is, half these properties, nobody wants them. If you were tear it down, they might put a Tesco here in the main street. But they're not going to move on these old properties.
Oh, we'll go on down here.
That must have been a hotel or something there. There's a wee black plaque on it. That might have been a court. That is day, like. It would have been a bustling wee place. Still there's quite a few businesses in it, but it's just there's not many empty ones. Well, they're so close to the Giant's Causeway, you think they could have more youth hostels or something like that. There's the IUC barracks there, exact same architecture as the one at Pettigo. The wee arches. They must have got a job lot built. They got an architect to design one and just built them everywhere. Well, we've gone too far. We've gone too far. There's a lot of hustle bustle about here today. I meant to go down here, this wee road into the car park. And behind the car park is the wee town park. Yeah, wee house painted up. It's just, I mean, there's very few painted up. You might as well have looked like if they're all painted up. Hello! Hold on, Pep. Come on down this way, Pep. Come on this way. Hello, come down to the park. No footpaths here. Now you're a bit more public, you know. Half the town poured up on the footpath. Hello, hello. There's lots of buildings over there, land there, like you imagine. I think they were building apartment blocks here, but it's like the Celtic Tiger. Once went bankrupt, never finished. There's the Orange Hall. It's a funny place for an Orange Hall. Up here now again. Run up this way, Pet. Again, the park. That's a river wall. Start flooding. That's why I had to walk around it. Follow. I did. Come on now, Wallow. Come on this way. Come on, come on. See, it's not the kind of river you go down, take a wee drink. Oh, a fish jumped. A fish has just jumped. There's a splash put. I said, I'll do that. What? How am I back in the skirt or Wallow? I don't know. Well, there's nothing for you to eat there, Mom. So it's a bit deep, like you can't go in for a wee paddle. Like a couple of mills came off this, which is probably why they built the weirs. One of the mills still there, but it's a private house. Waterways on the side. The waterway's not used, but you can't get near the mill. That's what I like about sometimes things being ruins. You can get down to them. Once you're a private home, all the original stuff can be stripped out of them. That's an unusual wee plant there. There's not much to this park. There's non-stop taker. You can sort of see between the boards a bit, which is very well, a wee bit different. There's a cow down here done by an artist. As far as artist things go, it's very good. Like I wouldn't want it in my own garden. Well, it's the kind of thing you look at, oh, that's a cow. If you look at it closely, there's a lot of detail on it. So it's one of them wee things you stand and look at. Oh, well, don't go in the river, Pet, to be swept away. Might get it up here, there's a little stable spot. If I get her on the lead, this might be really dabbling a wee bit near the bridge up here. That's the mill in front up there. The building in front of us at the bridge, that's the mill. So the fact there's a weir here means there must be another mill on downstream. Still water runs deep. Come and take a look at this wee cow now. There's a plaque here for it. See over there, I think they would build apartments over there. You know, I couldn't even swear that they started building apartments over there, but there's nothing there but trees. Unless they knocked the rest of it down, maybe. Maybe they started, maybe there's foundation. I might have seen something of it. The idea for the cow came through workshops between young people from Bushmills and Catalonia and Spain. Like, what's Catalonia got to do here? I don't know. The sculpture was created in 2013 by Metal Imagine as part of a community art project. And boy, I had a chance of getting some money, so I'll do this. So here you are. You've got a boat, you've got a wee cross, a castle. That could be done loose castle. Use a bit of imagination here. Just trying to think of the artist. Wee soldier, that's World War One. You know, there's not as much detail as I thought there was, you know. Maybe there's more on this side. It's funny how the main plays up. You think there's something spectacular, but there's lots of wee cogs and things inside. That's the inner workings of life, maybe. You have to try and think in the mind of an artist. Then again, it could be there's a fish without the river. That's your main building, the main street with the tower. The watermill, which is down there. Is that a couple of waves or a couple of sharks? Could be both. And there the pair of wee cows got his ear pierced. That's showing the cruelty of the animal part. No, he hasn't got a nice hole. This cow doesn't poo. What the eagles got to do with here? Don't know, there's not many eagles flying around here. Might be in Scotland. I don't think there's many. Well, something on the top. There's a name on it. Oh, Bushmills. I've never seen that. Bushmills on the top. See, if you had a wee drone. Flying overhead, you'd find that. Bushmills. Oh no, well, there's a nice wee cool breeze blowing through here. I'll say, there's no way down the river for a wee drink. In his day, Bushmills would have been a nice place to be like. There's a lot. Whoa! Refreshments! We can chance her that. No, maybe not, you know. She could get in, but it gets deep quickly. Whoa, do you want refreshments? Oh, hold on to you. It does get deep very quick. That side's a bit shallower than that side. No, she's not going to be able to do it right. She's going to mess up. Come on over this side. You going to that concrete there, Pip? No, she said, none of that cow on there. She says, you're not chucking me in there. I fell for that shower this morning. Well, oh, well, you may just gasp, Pip. You may just gasp. A few exercise things there in a wee car park. It's not a very big car park. But like, if they had flat apartments there that backed onto the main street, I imagine you drive in from the main street and then your apartments and balconies roll up the park. It is a nice wee park to look at. You got trees, unlike the waterfall we seen last week down in County Sligo. Brilliant waterfalls with a massive amount of concrete and walls and bankings and stuff to look at. It's just a pity you can't get down to the wee probably a Cornwall. Going bad south. Not that big building over there, like, it's all boarded up. That would have been a grand building on its day. Whoa, come on down this way, Pip. Whoa. There's another wee arch of the bridge there. The water doesn't get through. Alright, we secret den over there. I'll say so, wee young whales that run down there and have a wee drink in there. I might just check it out myself, you know. We could probably check that out today and just see what's under that other arch. So look, there's a nice square. Oh, the water wheel's turning. The water wheel is turning in the house. Oh, your man must be making his electricity with it now. Oh, he must have got a grant. All these grants are going now. Environmental schemes and all. I was never down here before, but there's always a first time. Ugh! You wait there, Wallow. Wait you there, Pet. Come on, why don't you down here and wait here for me? In fact, well, see if you get down now. You could go into the river there. but I can't see it coming down. Lovely cool breeze here. See the things I have to do. That's why, if you're ever wearing boots, forget about walking boots, get work boots. Work boots have to meet the European standards so they don't slip. There you are now, the weir. The water comes through. The strange thing about that waterway, the water's pushing it from the bottom, not the top. It could be from the top, from the far side. Just we don't see. Can't go any further. Pretty big wheel, that's what it is. Pretty wide. I said the water's going on the top. It's hard to know. To be pushing up, the very early wheels they used to be pushing from the bottom, but even if it was built to push the bottom, you'd think they would. I saying that, look at the height of the water, the weir. I reckon that's pushing from the bottom. That's one of the old-fashioned types, not very efficient. That's why the wheel's so big for such a small corner. Maybe they just didn't have, not to say they couldn't do it, but they didn't have the height drop on the rubber. That wheel is not going at a steady speed. You see it slowing down and it's almost stopped, and then she goes to speed up and then she speeds up. You see it now, it's almost stopped. It's just going round again, and then it goes faster. What happens with a wheel sometimes is if a wheel stopped in one place too long, the boards in the water get soaking wet, as they should, and the boards on the top dry out, which they shouldn't, and it ends up there that the wheel's out of balance. So you have to keep wheels moving. If that was a working wheel, that'd be spinning really fast. Oh well. So he must have nothing attached onto it, he just has it turning. Well, we're going to go to that other side, check out that wee arch. Could be treasure now, well, there could be treasure. You don't know, it's worth checking out. That grass has been cut for a reason. If they didn't want you over there, they wouldn't have cut the grass. Now if I remember rightly, you had to step over a wall or something on that wee bank, and there's ones over there today, so let's try it out. We're heading back over the wee bridge now, see if we get down the other side. There's 2 mills down the other side. I thought there was only one. It says they've been restored. But they're a house. One thing is, all the towns they call restore. Do you restore the mill as it was, or do you restore the river before the mill, before that way was even built? I'm sure I get stuck at a certain time in life where people think you should restore the weir, but the weir wasn't always there. What would the river look like before the weir was built? Willow! Willow! Willow, go down this way, Pip. Hi! Willow, go down this side. Come on. Right there. Come on, down this side, Pip. Do this extra bit. A bit of a ruby line. Come on, Willow.
And 3 Labrador.
The chip shop's doing well here. Everybody's eating chips. And she wants some herself. Come on. A wee beehive in the garden. Well, a wee beehive. You don't see many beehives in people's gardens. I do. Come on, Willow! Willow! Ah! Willow! 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 Mom! on, Wallo, come on. They're nice. They're on the main street, them wee houses there, and they've got nice wee gardens on the river. Now see, back when they built them houses, that would have been sewage there. Nobody wanted to look at the river. It was a nice stinking place. So that's why they kept it back to them. But nowadays, because of the EEC regulations and water treatment, they want to build apartment blocks to look at it. The thing is now, they've run out of money.
You know when you drink it?
Well, someday something will be built there. The thing is, when it is built on eventually, the energy standards are going to be so much higher as it was had they built the original. And that'd be, you'd be able to heat it with a water bottle. You'd be able to heat the whole apartment. It's so energy efficient by the time they get them built. Yeah, now we'll see where this goes now. It may be possible, maybe you could walk under that arch. I don't know. We're about to find out. Wallo's going to find out before me. Yeah, a better view of the water wheel over there now. So it's worth coming over just for that. Look at that. Look at that, wow! Oh, it's been sealed off. It's the wee door. Oh, Wallo's a wee door. Locked from the other side, is it? I can see light. So somebody's basically made a wee tunnel out of half of this here bridge. Now with global warming, they might have to get the water to come through here again. Look how rough the stone is there, look. Wee static mite. Look at the wee drop of water. It's coming out in this. Is a static mite or static tight? Static mite's the top one, is it? Static tight would be the bottom. But there's no static, look. This wee bit that could be forming. If people would stop whacking in here, you could get it. That there, that's pure rock, yeah. If you were in Marble Arch Caves, you wouldn't be allowed to touch one of them. Oh, yeah. Security would be there, but I can touch one of these now. Don't allow you to touch it in the Marble Arch Caves pit. Look at all the wee drops of water. A wee drop of water on it. But don't like destroy nothing, don't we? Not well, a bit of a gutter bracket. That's probably sewage came pouring out of there one time from that big house when they flushed the toilet and stuff. It probably pissed out of there. Oh, they're all mud cans back then. Flushing toilets were invented and they just put it into the river. There's the basalt stone, the black stone. That's probably lime around the concrete when they built that. But like most of these bridges now are all slapped over with concrete and underneath and they're all smooth. This is rough stone there, like. Look at that rough stone. Your boy he just threw it on, like. Oh, that'll do there, he says. That'll do. They must have got paid for the job rather than paid by the hour. If they paid by the hour, they would have spent longer doing it. Just looking now to see if there's any holes where they put the scaffolding in. See here, they could have put the scaffolding from the floor up because it's no water. But when you get to the water, you can't even put scaffolding on the water. There's wee creepy things in that rock, a wee flight, that's all. Ah, that bridge is the same there, like. Well, not many repairs done to that. The bridge has been widened. It's been made wider that side. Hold on here, hold on. It's been widened twice. There's a seam in the middle and another seam on the outside. It's been widened twice. I'll see if I can look. It's quite hard for me to see this here. It's not going to show the daylight. But halfway down where that algae starts, you follow the line up. It's one lane wide, probably. It's the same as our Straw Bridge. Enough for one horse and cart. Our Straw Bridge is still like that yet. Still a single lane bridge. And then somewhere along the line, then they made it exactly twice as wide. But then probably somebody said, hey, we could do a footpath on here, Well, we'll stick them on. Probably too many people getting run down. So they made it a wee bit wider again. The wee bit wider is a bit of a rough job now. So if you look at the static mites and the static mites, the static mites is on the first, but that's the easy way to discover it. The second part doesn't have any static mites. And the third part actually has a couple of wee static mites. What about that now? Must be leaking a bit more water. I can't see this working out. I can't see with the sunshine on the screen, but hopefully it shows up on the TV when it's finished. Oh, well, you have to check these things. It was your idea to come down. Oh, it wasn't. I don't know what was my idea, wasn't it? Well, you had a look too, see that? You had a nosy too. Hang on, one last look before we go. Is there anything else worth checking out here? Anything else worth checking out? See, the best way to know if it's original bridge or not, you take a look at the wall on the outside and take a wee look at the wall on the other side, and the stone might be slightly different. Well, I'll tell you what, well, I'm still glad I went to see it. But we haven't seen that second mill. Apparently the second mill is over there. There's a wee water wheel spinning away there. So the water wheel is fed from the top. You can see the wooden platform now from here. The water goes in the top of it. And I can see the water spilling out the side. So not all the water is going into the wheel. Probably it's half turned off, you see. So the water's going down the mill race, whatever you call it, sluice, I don't know what you call it. The water's going down it, but rather than going into the wheel, it's pouring off to the side. So the boys are waiting for it down and switched it off. Look at a wee drop in the water. Static might trying to make a static type, but it ain't going to work. Come on now, well, the thing is, them wee static tights in there, that's partly formed, you could lift one of them up. You could drill a hole and make a key ring out of it. But I'm not going to do that. But they're never going to grow on this static tight, and it's never going to happen because of people walking. But in theory, you could dig it out of the ground. Still a type of rock. Yeah, bumblebee. You need to go to Buncrana for me, pet. Plenty of stuff in Buncrana for you. Oh, more stuff there than you can handle. Whoa! She's running back to get chips. What are you in a race for? What are you racing down there for? If them people's gone up, they might have left something behind. Hey, look at that, look at the speed of the legs. Look at the speed of the legs. That woman says typical Labrador. There must be other ones like you. I don't know, ones go for a wee whack around in there. That's still interesting now. That's still interesting. I like it when I end up with somewhere I wasn't intending going. If I had gone to Port Ballantrae and I had got parked, I wouldn't be whacking up here now. Willow is getting worse. I don't know. You see, she's in Willow. If Willow thinks it's food, Willow cannot concentrate on nothing else. She can't concentrate on drinking. She can't concentrate on shitting it in her like. And then as soon as I take her away from the food source, then all of a sudden now she knows she has to do a poo like. Goes up the street. I don't know. Well, it's alright. Willow's poos are very easy to pick up, or disastrous. She goes from one extreme to the other. Oh, pet. And you just hope it's not going to be a disastrous one. What a wee doll's house. But that's not our car one. Bushmills Distillery. It's a wee magazine store. It's a magazine shop. Even them's rare now, magazine shops. Used to be a whole pile up. How this railway hasn't been going in years. What do I keep the sign up? Oh, that wee puppy there, well, see you will see it. No, Why do they still put alarms in cars for? Well, we'll get back to the car now. That was been a nice walk. It's a nice wee cool breeze. Much second-hand clothes for the big prices. See, they need here's a pound shop. No pound shop, you see. They need something to bring people to the place.
Come in. It is safe to enter the store.
First time to hear a wee woman speaking that there. We have to come, we censor. Normally give you a green light or they scream at you if you walk past the red one. But now here, look at this old house. Find out what it was again. One more quick little, right one down. That's a telephone exchange in there. What's funny about these exchanges, when they were built there, about a quarter of the population had a phone. Now everybody's got a phone, everybody's got broadband. There's twice as many population. And still telecom buildings are the same size. Everything else gets bigger. These telephone exchanges don't. See, this old property's over here. There's nothing to tell you about it. Legion Hall. That wee black plaque. That black plaque's probably for that statue there. But like, normally all these towns would have a big building at one time. Alphabet Angel, Ulster Scots. Would you know if you look at that there? That was to represent Ulster Scots. He's very skinny. He looks like somebody who's gone across his hard desert, like. He's not even wearing a t-shirt. Oh well. Oh, that's out. That's out. There's a bit of writing on the very top. Legion Hall doesn't sound like it's whatever a house was. But with this housing estate as there could have been a house. What's the name of the housing estate? That could have been the name of the house. All these wee mini 12s on this year, you see, because of COVID. Well, I remember seeing on the back of that property that, you know, this wall must be all new and this bit of garden here is new. It wasn't always here. There was a nice yard and all behind it. So I remember looking in. It's all boarded up, it was boarded up then. Like that wall doesn't look new. So how did I see in the back of it? I don't know. Come on, that's way now, Pip. We'll head back now to the car. Look at a wee street party on there, couldn't they? A few tables and chairs, and a few sandwiches, well, and a couple of buns. And a wee street party. You don't get so much of painting the curbs no more. If you don't paint the curbs, you get money. Community groups can get money if they don't paint the curbs. Oh, whoa! Hey, wee local. Oh, look, and he's nice, Wallow. And look at the big cut now he's got. He's not even barking at you. Oh, you like the ones that don't bark. But I wouldn't put my nose in too far yet, Wallow. You know, you're going to his property. Hello, Bob. Hello, and his wee tail's wagging, Wallow. His wee tail's wagging. He's a nice puppy, him. See, it's the wee ones you have to watch out for, the wee yappers. They're wee piranhas. Them's the ones you have to watch out for. They must have sold out of brush shafts in the wee hardware store. They had to use a bit of door timber there. Big demand for brush shafts this year, what? That's how you get your water. You buy one of these hoses here, internet or else you can. Whenever the water hose heats up, it's a straight line. Roll up the hose. I put the hose under my arm, look casual. Carrying a container, don't even stand out. What do you reckon, Will? Don't even stand out now. Then I would put it in the wardrobe, put it underneath the duvet. That keeps it warm. And the blankets. Mom, we'll go back to the car! Back to the car! See, he tries stealth mode with Willow once he does that. I was supposed to discreetly try and get this water across the caravan while I was thinking I'm a gypsy like. Oh no. She shows you up. Well, that's the water now in the wardrobe. I'll maybe dishes this afternoon. Actually, well, all the time for I do dishes, but even when the water cools down, it doesn't take much boiling water to put it to have a scalding. The caravan's roasted in there now. Roasted. So, oh, car's roasting too. Well, look, it's getting cloudy over again now. Well, let's see what temperature it is here now. Oh, I'll get all these four windows down, 22 degrees. That park was a good idea, Pet. It was nice and cool in that park, wasn't it? It was. We done alright.
Lots of racist people who don't
Gonna go out to Ballycastle. It's 5:30 now. If we arrive in Ballycastle even for 6:30, we're in no rush. Ballycastle's not that far away. It's a coastal road. Take your time. So I got a wee walk around Ballycastle. Right? You think I'll walk around Ballycastle's one of my favourites. Then we'll go to Ballypatty Forest tonight. We're going to camp legally tonight. Put the phones back into the charger. When you're away camping, you need fast charge everything. I have a fast charger there. Tablets, fast charge. Samsung tablets fast charge. The Amazon tablets fast charge. If you run out of power, plug them in there. An hour's drive, that'll get you through it in the evening. Alright, we get ready to go.